See? When did it cut off? Where were you at? It says Baruch chapter 2 and verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves. You see? They shall remember themselves. Okay? So in the land of their captivity, were the so-called Jews ever in captivity?
No, but they
It got quiet for a moment. You see? It got real quiet, man. It was crickets, man. You see? That's the story. That's the story.
And you know, real quick, it doesn't make sense that we're going to get a completely new name. So what name were they using in the ancient world the whole time? How were they getting saved from captivity after captivity if we didn't have the real name already? You know? It doesn't make sense. So you have to have his real name.
Come on.
His Father and the Son's name.
That's right. And it goes on, it says, verse 31, and shall know that I am the Lord their power. Woo! For I give them an heart and ears to hear. See, I give them an heart. See, a mind. See, the Spirit, it's the Spirit dealing with you now. See, and ears to hear. Hear what, man? Hear the truth. Hear the truth, man.
To accept it, you know?
Yeah,
To receive it.
So you can sing that new song, man. And it goes on to say, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name. See? So we meditate on Yahawah, YAHAWASHI. See?
The name is part of the process, man.
Yeah, come on. Lord hears you. He hears you when you call upon his name.
You want to thank someone, but you're not. You want to thank Mark, but then you're saying Steve. Mark is not gonna get it, you know?
It's slippy out here, man. I have to get real slippy, man. I have to get real slippy, man. Hey, didn't the Lord say he has put them in slippery places? You get that, matter of fact, man. You know, they can all they can do now is fall, man. LAWAYA is not playing, man. It gets real spiritual.
Yep.
See?
Yeah, the whole empire is on its way down, bro.
Come on. The book of Psalm 73 and verse 18. Surely thou didst set them in slippery places. Thou casting them down into destruction. And it gets real slippery for Esau Edom, man. He's walking on nice now, man.
Yep.
See?
In a second, man. The ice might break, man.
Yeah, come on.
Fall under the water, man.
See?
they think they have a foothold, but then you know, shortly after
Yep.
it comes crashing down.
Yep. Yeah, because when you're on a high mountain, you know, the only place you can go is down, man. Especially if you're not satisfied. I mean, you're going to start looking. You're looking, you slip. You can slip, man. Because he doesn't want to look up, though.
Yeah,
The last thing he wants to do is look up. You know, thank
Shit.
Yahweh. He's not going to do that.
He's going to get vexed by them chariots that are flying.
Yeah.
Matthew chapter 20, verse 16.
Yeah, come on.
So the last shall be first, and the first last. You know, so
Pursuing the second Ezra 6 and 9.
That's right. Come on.
How Jacob was holding the heel of Esau when they were born. Esau's the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
I got it for you. The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 9. And it reads, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
It's like symbolism when they were born, showing us that Esau is going to rule for now, and he's going to try to establish his new world order, but YAHAWASHI is going to allow Jacob to rise up as soon as he thinks that he's won and completely reduce him to rubble, and Jacob's going to rule forever.
Yeah, everything's spiritual.
for many be called, but few chosen. So yeah, a lot of people are going to be listening to, hearing the word, and a lot of people will know about the word, but only the 1/3 of Israel, not even all the nation, not even all of Israel, just 1/3 of Israel are going to actually be able to receive and be a part of this truth.
Except in Romans 10, verse 13, for whose whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed?
See? Oh, that's heavy. Going back to the name was given. See? So it can be given unto you, but can you receive it? Can you believe? You got it.
And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard?
See? Well, then he say he's giving them a mind and ears to hear.
Oh, go on,
only to a specific people. Let's read that again. Ak was just bringing it out that it's only 1/3 that's going to believe it, the elect.
How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed?
God.
And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard?
God.
And how shall they hear without a preacher?
See? And that goes back to election. Right? The Lord's only dealing with a remnant. Right? Only a remnant will be saved. Not the whole world. You know? You got it.
It's like a math equation. You take it step by step, and he's like, the way he's describing it is like working backward. You know, how are they gonna call upon the name if they don't believe? But before that, how are they going to believe if they haven't heard? So that goes to you Israelites. You're still using Christ. They still think you're talking about white Jesus, white Jesus. They don't know. They have the image of Caesar Borgias in their mind. So they haven't heard of the real image of Yahawashi. And then even before that, how shall they hear without a real righteous man of the Lord, a real teacher? Because it's a bunch of false prophets out here, getting their 501c3s, not to bring out the truth.
That's what the scripture says. The Lord give them strong delusion. See, because it's not like the men of Great Millstone were just here last year. They've been diligent for over 30 years, man. You see, so those stubborn ones that were with them back at One West, you know, like the Nate and them, you know, the other groups. Hey, they know, but they're so stuck in their wickedness that they don't want to follow them, man. They're gonna keep bringing people in. Here it is, you're making promotion for Passover, man, and you're calling upon the Christ. That's madness, man.
They've chosen their carnal life now.
They chose, they made a choice.
Ultimately, they playing their role. They playing their role in as being a false prophet, and even the people that are hearkening unto them, they were meant to hearken unto them, because ultimately the Lord doesn't want to deal with those people. Because ultimately you had a chance, you know. If it's not you have the book. If it's not according to the book, man, it's off. So you have no excuse.
Did you see how that piece up? Can you do that again, Bob Bishop?
Romans 10 and 14. How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher?
Yeah, how shall they hear without a preacher? The preachers were sent, the prophets were sent.
Yeah, verse 15. And how shall they preach except they be sent?
See? So that goes again to selection, to the election. See? The brother brought it out earlier. The birds will result to the lights, and the truth will turn up to those that practice in them. See? So that goes into reincarnation. If you're a prophet back then, you're going to be a prophet now. If you're a man of the Lord, then, you know, a servant of YAHAWASHI and YAHAWASHI, hey, you're gonna remember your heavenly Father. You're gonna remember His Son. You're gonna remember the name. See? Because they resonate with your spirit, man. This song resonates with your spirit. You see? This is a spiritual realm, man. You gotta.
As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace and bring glad tidings of good things.
See? And these scriptures, they comfort us, man. Right now, okay, we're in hell, but hey, YAHAWASHI is showing favor unto us, man. You see? There was one point we couldn't stand up to this, man. You see, now we're standing boldly, man, in the cold. Through the spirit of YAHAWASHI and YAHAWASHI. That's a miracle in itself.
That's the way they do it too. It's a spiritual way.
Yeah, come on.
Like the brother was saying in that movie, you know, at one point they're trying to fight Esau with his blessing. At one point there was that scene where they were up in their headquarters trying to shoot back at the cops. They ran out of bullets. But Esau was still shooting.
You see?
They didn't put their faith in YAHAWASHI, I'm sure.
So yeah, hey, that's a warning. That's a sign right there. You know, don't rely on yourself and your own power and your own capabilities. You gotta rely on the Most High Yahweh Hashem and Shai.
Back you up. The book is Zephaniah, chapter 3 and verse 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, said the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. See? The beginning says, therefore wait ye upon me. It's like Ak was saying, you know, we don't rely on carnality, man. We don't rely on weapons. Okay? That was the blessing that was given unto Esau, Edom, not Jacob, man. Okay, the kingdom will be ours, man. We have to be patient. You know? We have to be long suffering.
To support you on that, Proverbs chapter 20, verse 22, say not thou, I will recompense evil, but wait on the Lord, and he shall save thee. Even more confirmation, you know. Don't rely on your own capabilities. Wait on the Most High.
Esau shoots guns for fun. He has his little daughters even shooting guns, going to the gun range, learning how to load up a gun from a very young age. ARs, you know, all types of different firearms to use on you niggas. All right.
Also, a quick thing, just recently I saw, right actually before I came here, I saw a video. This kid, he killed these intruders. Like, and the way he was describing it, he was like a cold-hearted murderer. That's how it sounded like. And then the people that were like interviewing him and whatnot, they were just like laughing at it, like it was no big deal. It was the craziest thing. I have to go find that again and show you. That's crazy.
Or Esau can get away with everything. If he was a Jacob, they would have locked him up or something.
He's mentally unstable if he's a Jacob.
Psalms 44 and 6. For I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me.
Point blank period. You can't trust it. Even in the ancient world, King David wasn't trusting in his weapons. He trusted in the Lord. You know?
That's right.
And another precept for that in Matthew chapter 26, verse 51. And behold, one of them which were with YAHAWASHI stretched out his hand and drew his sword, and struck a servant of the high priest, and smote off his ear. Then said YAHAWASHI unto him.
Also, in that, it's saying that one of the servants of YAHAWASHI, one of the disciples, they were that skilled with the sword to just get off his ear. They didn't get anything else off. So he's already skilled. Yeah, the precision.
Then said YAHAWASHI unto him, put up again thy sword into his place, for all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword. Alright? He said, put your sword away. If you take up the sword to fight with the sword, you're going to die with the sword. Live by the sword, die with the sword.
That's what happened to Fred Hampton. He got killed with the gun because he wanted to pick up the guns to, you know, fight for his freedom, quote unquote freedom.
You can't fight carnality with carnality against Esau. You have to fight spirit. This is a spiritual battle for us, first and foremost, right now. And we have to wait until YAHAWASHI grants us the spiritual power to completely annihilate Esau. Why would you want to try to fight him now? You're just going to get you and your family killed.
Book of 2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahawah, by Hashem YAHAWASHI, to the pulling down of strongholds.
The words of thy mouth is like a burning fire, like a double-edged sword. You know? starts with changing your mentality, right? And your spirit. It starts with changing your spirit and cleaving unto the word so that you can form your whole life around the truth.
Right.
And you're going to have the guidance and the answer to every problem that you have with YAHAWASHI and YAHAWASHI. Alright? A gun is not going to protect you ultimately. Esau can easily overpower you and get a bunch of his military soldiers, UN troops, super soldiers with their new armor that they're making, and easily take you all out. It's a losing battle.
Verse 5, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach, having in a readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled.
Revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. Alright? So work out thine own salvation first and be obedient to the law, statutes, and commandments, and then you'll have a righteous revengeance against all that has wronged us as a nation. All the heathens are going into captivity.
Right.
Alright?
He's waiting for us to turn back to him. Put our trust in him.
That can't happen unless we come back to him first. That's why the world is crumbling now. It's because we're waking up.
Sigh and cry, you know? If you're not sighing and cry, it's like you don't want to be delivered. We want out, man. We want Esau to fall. So Jeremiah 5:14, wherefore thus saith the Lord power of hosts, because ye speak this word, behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire, and this people wood, and it shall devour them.
Because it's like a fire on wood.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why. A lot of times when you're talking to your family and friends about this shit, they just get fed up with you talking about it. Like they hate you. They end up hating you because you're trying to tell them. You're trying to tell them, about what's going on. You're trying to tell them what's going on, and then like they just get fed up because that's a spirit that's put in them that. They're not going to get it. Not all of Israel is going to get it. So they're that 2/3, unfortunately, that they're going to hate and reject this truth.
At Psalms 18:2,
Bring it out.
the Lord is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer, my power, my strength, and in whom I will trust, my buckler, and the horn of my salvation, and my high tower. I will call upon the Lord, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from mine enemies.
Call upon the Lord. Alright? Not call upon Esau's military training or the sound of a firearm going off thinking that you're going to save yourself. That directly goes against faith in the Most High. That directly goes against having faith and being patient that YAHAWASHI and YAHAWASHI is going to rescue us from this captivity. If you're taking up a gun and trying to solve the issue yourself, then how do you have faith?
Well, concerning your families or the spirit of the people that you just don't want to hearken to the word, Zechariah 7:11, but they refused to hearken and pulled away the shoulder and stopped their ears that they should not hear.
See, so they stopped their ears, man. They pulled away the shoulder when YAHAWASHI extended his arm. They refused that hand of help, right? Which came by the way of the prophets.
Trying to tell them, the name is not Jesus, it's Yahawashi. They say, nah, man, I knew Jesus my whole life. What do you mean? That's not the name. You go, you break it down, Acts 26. Nah, they're just blinded, man. They don't want to listen. The Lord is not dealing with them to actually, or maybe it's just not the moment,
And that's the crazy because a lot of us brothers, we were in Christianity, we were in said things. So we know what it's like. So how are you gonna just straight up deny when we were, you know, most oftenly in that church with you, you know, not doing anything. And even as a Christian, what are you doing? What are you doing as a Christian? You're not really doing anything. You're just living your life, doing whatever. Like there's no fulfillment in being a Christian.
It's just the easy way out, you know?
God.
You're just trying to, because I remember also, like, one thing that I was thinking about is just like, when you're going to church, you know, you're there, you're listening to the pastor, 1 hour, 2 hours, how long? You know, you're coming out, you don't really feel like your spirit was fed, you know? You don't really feel like you actually learn anything, you know, pertaining to salvation.
Come on, like 90% of people that went to church only go there to feel like a good person. But even then, they don't feel. They just secretly, you know, like, okay, well, this was a waste of time. Like, it is, because all they do is just read like 1 or 2 verses out of context most times, and they're like, okay, so let me go do a whole soliloquy on something, on anything. And I heard in Edomite churches, the pastors get their lessons based on gossip from their church goats. So if say Becky talks about Karen's bad upstart child, then that's what the pastor's going to talk about. And it's really petty and like childish. It's really petty and childish that they're passively attacking each other in that. You know?
That just goes into how cowardly Esau is. He even does that to his own so-called community. Sure? Come on.
Proverbs 6 and 9. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep? So he's telling them, wake up, man. Christianity is not your rest. Your rest is in the truth. In the truth of YAHAWAH and His. Christianity is not going to save you. You're expecting Jeebus cross to come down and give hugs and kisses to everyone. You know, pay their taxes. Help them file their taxes. And that's not going to happen. You know? Especially,
You want this society to go on like that.
Yeah. How no one should be saying that how the world is right now is good. That's a false statement. That's just a false statement. This world is so messed up only because the wicked are in rule.
yeah, you can tell that too, because you can tell that we're at the end. Through all the events that are happening, the natural disasters that are causing the economy, even the people dying sooner. You know, the longevity of life here is, you know, people barely make it to 60. You know, all these transformer, all the alphabet group walking around. You know, it's all pure wickedness, man. To the point where, like the brother was saying, I remember a couple of days back, he was saying that, you know, if Sodom and Gomorrah heard of this. So Sodom and Gomorrah heard of this, they blushed of all this wickedness going on around, man. Like, what? These guys are doing that? Yo, these people are crazy, man.
That's what they're on.
Yeah, that's what they're on.
That's the new title. Yeah, man. America, that's the harlot.
Yeah, man, that's the harlot, man. We thought we was bad. You know?
Mark 13 and 28. Now learn the parable of the fig tree. When her branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is near.
Yeah, this is something you're not going to learn in church.
So yet in like manner, when ye shall see these things come to pass, know that it is nigh even at the doors.
Yeah, and these signs, you know, the Lord gave us signs. He didn't give the exact time, but He gave us signs to remain watchful. Bring it up.
Says here, take ye heed, watch and pray, for ye know not when the time is.
Another precept, Matthew chapter 24, verse 4. And Yahawashi answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many, as they are now. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. And I heard recently U.S. had a strike Iran.
Yeah, recently.
Recently, yeah. So you know, the tensions are rising.
One step closer to the end, man.
Come on. See that ye be not troubled. You know, we shouldn't think that that's a bad thing for us. You know.
Creepy Joe on the move, man. Sleepy Joe, man.
Move.
Yeah, man.
That's not taking no step back.
Shit,
Man.
man. He's been waiting to be a president for the past 50 years, man. He's been in the race, man. But this is my time, man. Yo, make them, yeah, I'm gonna make them remember me, man.
Yeah, come.
For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Quick precept going into how long without sleep or sluggard, that Romans 11 and 7. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
See, it's not for everyone, man.
What does it mean that has not received what he seeks for? Salvation. Man.
Salvation.
When the people that have been downtrodden ever since these Edomites been in power, man. You see? Yeah, basically ever since Solomon, after King Solomon's kingdom, he's been in captivity. You know? Being bounced left and right, man. You know? When the scriptures say you've been thrown away like a ball, what scripture is that? Say, where down ball? It's Isaiah.
And also, what do these Edomites need saving from? Who's oppressing them?
Yeah.
No one. Like they. Oh yeah.
Finish.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Basically, the only people that are really suffering are the Israelites. They.
Yeah. Because they have to do it right here in front of us.
That's against the Most High.
Yeah, Snow, man. One point you're gonna see one eater might bust his face right in front of us, man. Good. Oh, man. The angels just kicking everything. You want to hurricane? Yo. So you receive? Exactly.
So yeah.
Isaiah 22 and 18. He will surely violently turn and toss like a ball into a large country. There shall he will surely violently turn and toss thee like a ball into a large country. There shalt thou die, and there the chariots of thy glory shall be the shame of thy Lord's house.
So we've been the one that's been downtrodden, that's been bounced around, like, you know. The scriptures say they've exchanged a boy for a harlot, you know, a young girl for some wine, roughly paraphrasing, you know. Our people have been the one that's been, you know, given over to different kingdoms, the Israelites, man. That's why there's no way we could all look the same.
I believe it's in South America, all the Hispanics that when they first got there, they were as dark as we were, or as a matter of fact, darker even. And then because of all the raping and pillaging, look at them now; they're pretty light skinned.
Well, even before that, Israel came in all shades. You know, some light skinned, some dark skinned, but you know they were all at least none of them looked like, you know, like Edomites, like how some of them do now.
I believe Gad and Reuben before was the like one of the lighter ones, on one of the lighter ones, like, you know, a little lighter than me. Yeah. Before he'd get it caught.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
That time's approaching.
Therefore, when there shall be seen, verse 3, Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. See?
The future was basically already known by the Most High, even at the beginning. Everything was already written down, planned out, and whatnot. There's no changing it. There's no preventing something from happening. If the Most High said it's going to happen, it's going to happen. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to stop. There's no way to stop it.
Just to add up, when it says the end is manifest, is the end of this rulership, the end of Esau, Edom's rulership. See, the end of the Edomites. See,
Second Ezra 4:37. By measure had he measured the times, and by number had he numbered the times, and he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. So everything in this order.
So nothing can go against the will of the Most High. Nothing. You see, all is in order, man. Contrary to Christian beliefs and orders, Satan is fighting against fight against the angels, fight against the Most High in heaven. No, man. That's folly. You know? The scriptures say that Satan is amongst the sons of the Most High. You see? And he has to obey to the orders of YAHAWASHI.
Amos 3:7. Surely the Lord will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants the prophets. You know, we won't be caught off guard. Everything's already preordained. Everything's already been told us, so we can prepare mentally. You know, so we can prepare. You know. Go on with that. Surely the Lord will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants the prophet. The lion had roared, who will not fear?
Yeah, come, the lion has roared. Who will not fear, man? When the Lord comes back, it says it's going to be a loud roar, man. You know? Yeah. Along with the sound of the trump. Yeah, man, who can but fear, man? And even his word, man. Hey, when you hear the prophets, that could be twofold. When you hear the prophets bringing out the word, man, that's a roar, man. That's a trumpet, man. You best fear, man. See, the reason why we're out here is because of the fear of YAHAWASHI. Woe is me if I don't profit. Woe is me if I don't keep. Woe is me if we don't push forth this word, man. Then the Lord put Jonah in the belly of the well because he denied his lot. You know, he tried to run away from his lot. Shit. Lord put him in the well. He shook up the whole boat, man.
And you see, all these people they turned religious, man. All these people that everyone started cutting themselves, praying for their God. Okay. They see this guy calm.
He started making vows, man.
You know?
Started saying, start making vows, man.
Become stop stealing, you know. I'm gonna start reading. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Oh Lord, please save me, yo. You know? Oh man, they see that. They see Jonah just chilling there, man. Yo, what's wrong with this guy, man? And then the same thing in the end times, man. And when all hell breaks loose, man. We're gonna be chilling, man. You know, my servant shall eat.
Hold on, let me finish that.
Oh. The Lord had spoken, who can but prophesy? So like verse 8. The lion had roared, who will not fear? The Lord had spoken, who can but prophesy? Published in the palace. Shall the trumpet be blown? Amos 3 and 6, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people be not afraid?
Not be afraid.
And the people not be afraid. Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord had not done it?
There be evil in the city and the Lord has not done it. So that's another cut. Saying that the Lord is only good. Yes, the Lord is good, right? It's a power of love and kindness, tender mercies. You know, it's also a power of justice. You know, it's also a power of righteousness. Man. The scriptures say, it says, it pleases the Most High to recompense tribulations to those that trouble you. You know, so Esau has to pay for the abominable acts that he's committed, man. You know, by way of captivity, by way of deceiving his people. You know, shedding the blood of the Israelites, he has to pay for these things. You know? He that leads to captivity shall go into captivity. He that killed with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Well, that's righteousness.
Yeah, that's Khan. You know? The book of Lamentation, chapter 3 and verse 38. Out of the mouth of the Most High proceedeth not evil and good. Wherefore?
Evil and good. You see in Job 4 and 7, remember, I pray thee, whoever perisheth, being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off?
Yeah,
See?
So that ties up with reincarnation. So it may seem that a person was righteous in this lifetime, but we don't know what he's committed in his prior life. You know? The Lord is a Lord of balance, man. You know? Everything is weighted like Ox said. Man. Everything is weighed in the balance. See? Like YAHAWASHI, for instance. You see? He was a perfect man, but he still received the stripes of men. See? Because of the sins that Solomon had committed.
Matthew 19 and 17, and he said unto him, why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is Yahweh. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments.
Thou wilt enter into life, being the kingdom. You know, keep the commandments. Shalom. You know? Thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments. Go on. Yep.
He said unto him,
because keeping the commandments is what's cleansing you, you know, to the best of your ability, you know, along with calling upon the right name, the righteous name of Yahweh, and the holy name of YAHAWASHI. See, and rehearsing the righteous acts. These are the things that cleanse you and harden unto the word. Man. You see, yep.
and he said unto him, which Yahweh said, thou shalt do no murder, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness. Honor thy father and thy mother, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. The young man said unto him, all these things have I kept from my youth up. What lack I yet? And Yahweh said unto him, if thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast.
See, sell that thou hast, man. That goes into